All right, welcome back, everybody, to the ATP Finals. And we've got the second match, the night match, Sinner versus Zverev, which does feel like it could be an epic. They did play a good match in Vienna a couple weeks ago. Last week in Paris, not so much, or 2 weeks ago in Paris, not so much. Zverev had a foot injury that day, so let's see. With the fresh Zverev against this crowd and Sinner, let's see what happens. But how are we doing, chat? Are we ready for the night match? We had a good match earlier today, which is... We've had three good matches in a row, which has been good. That's what we want. Best players in the world playing good matches. That's what we want. But before we get started, we've been teaming up with Trace all week. Click the link in the chat if you haven't already. Sign up for your chance to win some prizes. And you've also, as long as you collect each day, then you will be able to go in the draw, in the sweepstakes draw for some prizes. Day complete, nice. We'll go through it together because it's a little bit easier to do. So when you sign up, it's totally free. Totally free to sign up. So you enter the program, you click on to win, which is where we are, and all you got to do, which I've already done today, is you've just got to pick who you're going for. No prediction. It's not a yes or a right or wrong thing. It's just pick who you're going for. You're going for Zverev, you're going for Sinner, and then that is all you have to do. And then it says match day completed, and you can see there as you scroll down the reward progression. The more days that you claim and redeem, the more likely you are going to get into these draws. So, like I said, a Sinner signed shirt. If you do it 6 days, Sinner signed shirt is the one that I think is the big one. Otherwise, you got a Fritz shirt. You've also got a Shelton item. You've got a signed tennis ball. So you only do 2, and it doesn't have to be in a row, by the way. If you weren't here on day one, it's okay. You can do it from now until the end of the tournament and still go into the sweepstake entry. But yeah, 5 signed tennis balls. 5 available. There's 1 signed tennis ball each, but it's 5 different, I'm guessing different players. I'm not sure. It just says 5 signed balls. So we'll see what that looks like. And then also, as part of the collection, you also get these cool graphics. So if you remember last year, we worked with these guys and they were doing the same thing, except we got to name them. This time we don't get to name them, but this time, instead of getting to name them, the prize is you could win signed merch and signed stuff from the players. So join now. I want one of us to win. I want one of us to win something. So then when we get to the Davis Cup or whenever they do the draw, probably I'll have to ask them. I'll find out later in the week for you. But when we do the draw, when we go through the Davis Cup, then they hopefully have drawn some prizes and we can hopefully celebrate some of you guys getting the win. So yeah, totally free to sign up, and worth. I think it's worth signing up to try and get something before Christmas. Get a nice tennis prize. I'll put the link in the chat for you. I know a bunch of you already signed up, so thank you for that. Appreciate that. It does help the channel when you support any sponsors, so I appreciate that. And I think it's a cool idea. I mean, who doesn't love? Look at I got a whole shelf full of stuff that's tennis that will. If I get a Sinner signed shirt, I'm gonna have to put it somewhere along this. Or if I get a signed tennis ball, it's gonna go in my collection over here. So I am all for this. Is now Shelton officially out of the tournament? No, he can still qualify, but he needs Zverev to win. He needs Zverev to win. If Zverev wins, Shelton can still survive. If Sinner wins, then Shelton's out. All right. Now, Zverev played really well in their first match. The first match a couple of days ago against Shelton. He was serving unbelievable. And Sinner, he played FAA, who wasn't 100%. The first set was close, but then after that, FAA had a bit of a sore leg, so Sinner got the win there. But hopefully Zverev can play like he did the other day. Then we've got a match. I voted every day. One didn't seem to count. Maybe one was late. Yeah, Sarah, if that's the case, if you can probably contact them and see if and see why that would be, because maybe you missed out by a little bit. Speaking of missing out, so you've only got 3.5 hours to claim today. So if you haven't claimed today, or if you haven't signed up, and you've got 3 hours to get today's reward, and then, like I said, by the way, if you come to the streams, I'll remind you, so don't worry. But yeah, Sarah, if you just contact them and they'll get back to you with an answer. Maybe they can kind of tell you if you were late on one, or if you missed one, or if you were, if you, depending on what the situation is. Shelton needs to be out. He should just marry the net at this point. What? All right, they're warming up. Zverev needs to win this one. He needs to serve as good as he can and makes in a physical. Okay. Well, yeah, that's definitely part of it, right? It's going to be a physical match, and Zverev will like it. What movie do I end up watching in the break? I end up watching a movie called The Cooler. Look, chat, sometimes you watch movies and they're not the greatest. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun. Sometimes you pick a movie and you're like, hey, I've never seen this before. And you watch it and I'm like, never going to watch that again. But that's okay. I watched the whole thing. I stuck with it. That's just how it is. All right. They're warming up the last couple of shots and then we'll get this started. Why did you put yours? What? What do you mean? I watched an M. Night Shyamalan movie and still pissed ever since. Well, you should probably get over that. It's probably not that deep. But see, that's the thing. I bought all these movies because I'm going to watch these movies that I've never seen before, and then if they're not good, I just won't keep them. Not every movie's great. By the way, after I watched the movie, I checked the reviews, and people liked it. I was like, man, maybe it's just me. I just didn't like it. I thought it was like a early 2000s movie that felt like a 1980s movie. Alec Baldwin was good, though. He was good. But that was about it. I meant to say, why did you put yourself through that bad movie? Well, I was watching it, and I was like kind of going, because it's in Vegas, and it's sort of like a Vegas like gambler kind of movie, and I thought, oh, this could be cool. And then I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, maybe it'll get better. And then it was just such a weird movie, because it was like, at the start, it was like, oh, this is going to be about a guy who's like got bad luck. Okay. And then it's like trying to be like a romance, and then it's trying to be like a gangster movie or like a mobster movie. And then it's trying to be like dramatic, and then it was like funny. And I'm like, it was expecting to be like Casino or Ocean's 11 or something like that. Like, one of these like Vegas movies. It was just like, I don't know what the hell it was. It was not great. And then I looked it up and I'm like, if this is like in the 80s, I'm like, yeah, fair enough. Maybe it was just like a cheesy 80s. And I'm like, it was in 2003 it came out. I was like, what is this? This is not a 2003 movie. What is this? So it was rough. But then people liked it and I was like, okay, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just like, I just didn't like it. But it's one of those things where I saw it at the thrift store and I was like, it's $1. It's got a good cast. But it just was not it. Just was not it. Not for me. Maybe you like it, but I didn't like it. I did the same time. I won't get back. Yeah, but it was only like 90 minutes, so I wasn't that mad. It's fun watching movies that are not good. You can then it makes the better. Then you appreciate the movies that are good. Hellbound series made by the same people that made Train to Busan. Oh, really? Nice. Well, Train to Busan was a great movie. That was epic. That and Frankenstein and like two of the movies that I've watched recently that I'm like, holy shit, that was awesome. Yeah, Train to Busan was awesome. I'd watch that movie like again in like if I wasn't streaming. All right, here we go. They're about to start. They are about to begin. Yeah, I loved Train to Busan. That was awesome. All right. Here we go. Sinner's going to serve. Who you got, chat? I've got Sinner in 3. God, I hope it's 3. That'd be so good. But let me know who you got, chat. Sinner serves. And the shank return from Zverev goes long. And it's 15. Love. Sinner in 2. Zverev in 3. Sinner in 2. Sinner in 3. Sinner in 2. Sinner in 2. Sinner in 2. All right. 15. Love. There's a bit of let from Sinner. I think after this match, depending on the scoreline, we will find out. It'll give us a clear picture on who is actually the best player at this tournament so far. Because right now, you would say Sinner, but he's got to play this match because Alcaraz played an extra match as well, right? You got to give let it be fair for Alcaraz, you know. You can't compare Alcaraz to Sinner, you know, until they both play 2 matches. All right, 15-0. Why didn't you do a double header with Alcaraz? He's not playing. He plays tomorrow. 15-0. Somebody in the crowd has their phone with the light on it. Oh, classic. Chat, do you remember the time when there was no phones? Me neither. 15-0. Sinner serves. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand Zverev. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand Zverev. Sinner backhand. Into the backhand Zverev. Sinner backhand again. To the backhand Zverev. Down the line to the forehand Sinner on the stretch. Zverev. Down the line. Sinner with a pass. Goes out. Good lead by Zverev. 15-30. All right. I tell you, I think out of all the matches we've seen so far, the player that has impressed me the most was Zverev. Like, yeah, okay, like Sinner and Alcaraz, we know what to expect from them, and we expect them to do well, and they did what they expected. But Zverev was the one who I was like, holy shit, he played really, really well, and like to a level where you're like, could he beat Sinner and Alcaraz to win this thing? Maybe. Whereas Sinner and Alcaraz, I expected them to do well. But Zverev was the one in that first match against Shelton where I was like, whoa, okay, he's serving real well. And he was looking real dangerous in that first match. But then he was playing Shelton. Different when you're playing Sinner, right? So let's see if it's any different. 30-all. Ace down the tee. But yeah, Zverev was probably the one who has impressed me or surprised me with the level he brought in that first match the most out of any of the players. 30-all. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. As the return goes in the forehand of Sinner. Backhand from Zverev into the backhand of Sinner. And Zverev with the forehand again. The backhand of Sinner. Zverev forehand down the line. That was a great shot. Sinner gets it. Zverev. Down the line with the forehand again. Sinner was with the backhand. To the backhand is Zverev. Hits it inside out. Great shot. Then he comes to the net, but it goes wide by Sinner. I'll tell you, Zverev is playing a great game. 30-40. He is being aggressive. He's going for the shots. He's not, rallying. He's going after it. And he's come to the net twice already. And he's won both points. 30-40. Zverev's game plan is very aggressive. And I like that. That's good. He needs to do that. I mean, and he knows that because he's played this guy a million times. All right, 30-40. And then an ace down the tee. That's why he's one of the best. That's how he won all those slams. All right, deuce. Serve again from Sinner. Another ace. All right, advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. Bio chat, we're almost at 200 likes. If you press the like button, it turns into a tennis ball. If it doesn't, then your phone is broken. All right, advantage Sinner. Sinner serves a fault. Second serve. Serving to the forehand of Zverev. Forehand from Sinner to the forehand of Zverev. Sinner again to the forehand of Zverev. To the back end of Sinner. Sinner in the net. We're back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. All right, serve again. Is a fault. As the return goes back into Sinner, back into Zverev. Into the back into Sinner. Zverev goes into the forehand. Sinner with the forehand from Zverev. But Sinner hit it out. All right. Advantage Zverev. Advantage Zverev. To get the break. And then he serves an ace. I mean, that's 3 aces in the game. 2 of them on break point. All right, deuce. 4 aces in the game. Sorry, 4 aces already in this game. That's crazy. All right, back to deuce. And Sinner serves again. Into the forehand of Zverev. Sinner forehand to the backhand lob of Zverev, but it's going... Oh, it goes in! But Sinner puts it away. Advantage Sinner. Are there any Italian celebrities in the crowd? Couldn't tell you. Even if there were. Couldn't tell you. No idea. No idea. Tennis, maybe, but no idea. Pellini, but no idea. I have no idea. Who's an Italian celebrity? Name an Italian celebrity that's not a tennis player. Go. Not an athlete. I don't even know. No idea. No clue. Sinner holds. One love. Fabio. Like Fanini or Fabio with the long hair? Anthony Soprano. He's from New Jersey. Monica Bellucci. There you go. There's one. There's one. That's enough. No more. Stop. Stop. That's enough. Stop. Stop. The end. Stop. That's enough. Mario and Luigi. Aren't they from Brooklyn? All right. Everyone, you're all naming Italian Americans. I'm not doing it. No, what about from from born in Italy? You're like, oh yeah, this fictional character who's like Italian mafia. It's like, no, they're from New York. They're from New Jersey. I've seen The Sopranos too, right? Scarface, all right. One Love. Isn't Scarface from Cuba? Like, isn't he from like Central America? I think you mean Godfather, right? De Niro, okay. One Love Sinner. Yeah, he's from Scarface is from Cuba. That's not near Italy. Backhand return goes out by Sinner. Zverev serve is going to be very important. 15 Love. Andrea Bocelli. There you go. There we go. Finally. At least somebody was paying attention. That goes out from Sinner on the return. 30 Love. Serve again. Here's a let. All right, serve again. Ace, 40 Love. Okay. 40 Love. There's a bit of fault from Zverev. Second serve. Serve to the backhand is Sinner. Forehand is Zverev. Sinner forehand again. The forehand is Zverev. To the backhand is Sinner. Zverev with the forehand again. To the forehand is Sinner. Zverev. Into the forehand is Sinner. Sinner puts it away. 40-15. So chat. If you're like me and you want to see a Sinner semi-final, then Zverev needs to win this match. Because if Zverev wins this match, then possibly Sinner finishes second in the group behind Zverev. Even if they both, if Zverev lost his last match and Sinner won, it wouldn't matter. Necessarily. Actually, no, it wouldn't matter. No, it might matter. Maybe. Either way. The only way we're going to get a Sinner semi, because Alcaraz went and won matches, lame, boring. Why do you always win? It's so boring. You need Zverev to win in order to get a Sinner semi. So if you're like me and you want a Sinner semi-final because it's more fun than the final, because then we actually get two good semi-finals and not just one good final, then yeah. Zverev holds, by the way, 1-1. One. Sinner serves again. It was a long first game from Sinner. By the way, also, if Sinner does lose this match, Alcaraz is number 1. So Sinner cannot make a mistake. He also needs Musetti to help him out tomorrow. As Sinner hits it out, Love 15. All right. Love 15. There's a bit of fault second serve. Second serve. Back to Zverev. Return the back to Sinner. Forehand from Zverev. Into the net. 15-all. The whole point of them making the semi-final was then it would be deciding who's number one. If he loses there today, then it won't matter. Yeah, but then Alcaraz can't be... Alcaraz is unlikely to be... What, Musetti's going to beat Alcaraz? So I'll forfeit the world number one battle to get a Synchronized semi. I don't care if it's worth number one or if it's not. Musetti ain't going to beat Sinner. I'm sorry, he's not going to beat Alcaraz. And, you know, Alcaraz is finishing top of that group. He's not finishing second. So therefore, for a synchronized match, we need... And I don't... The world number one ranking, great. But I want a synchronized semi. Because then we could get a Zverev versus Fritz semi as well, which is way... Like, two of the best rivalries in the world. This, like, you know, two of the best matches we could have in the semis. The final, maybe it's a rematch of this. Maybe it's Zverev versus Alcaraz. Maybe it's Sinner versus Fritz. But that's what I want. I want two good semi-finals on paper. I don't want Sinner versus Fritz, and I don't want Zverev versus Alcaraz in the semis. That doesn't feel... They could both be straight sets, straightforward, easy, boring. Nah. We've had enough of that this year. We need to finish the year off, as Sinner holds 2-1. We need to finish the year off with some madness. That's what we need. This year has been too predictable. It's been two guys just winning everything. And I want it to be a synchronized semi. All right, 2-1. All right. The semi will be the final. The final won't matter. Well, I'll take two good semi-finals over one good final. I'll take two good matches over one good match. Also, if Zverev was to win this match here, and then they got a rematch in the final, you don't think that's going to be good? Come on. All right. Alcaraz Zverev would be a good match, to be honest. Yeah, that could be the final. Pardon me. Why would you wear a chain inside your own house? Because it's my house and I can do what I want in my house. What are you telling me what to wear and do in my own house? I'm wearing a chain, I'm wearing Ugg boots, and I'm wearing a jacket because it's cold. I'm sorry, do you live here? Why are you telling me what to do in my own house? This is my house. This is my house. I don't go to your house and tell you how to look. All right. How's that? Why are you wearing a chain in your own house? I'm sorry, is that against the rules? 2-1. There's a bit of backhand rally. Sinner hits it out. 15 love. Sinner's hitting a lot of errors to start this match, I'll tell you that. Did your computer just make the USB noise right now? Nope. That was yours. That was your computer. 15 love. As we return into the forehand, Zverev. Forehand from Sinner to the back of Zverev. Passing shot in the net. It's 15-0. By the way, I always wear this. Always. Like, I'm always wearing this chain. I don't know why people are thinking it's new. Uh, 15-0. As Zverev serves an ace. 30-15. Hey, LA, thank you for the 10 gifted. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. Can we get some salutes in the chat for LA for the 10 gifted? That's very generous. All right, 30-15. By the way, if you want to be gifted a membership, you need to allow membership gifting. So if you click on, I think if you click on LA's gifted member thing, and then you can allow memberships. Because some of you have been here for a long time, and you're not getting memberships because you haven't allowed them. So you need to allow memberships so you can get gifted members whenever it happens. 40-15. $40-15. $40-15. As a return goes for Zverev, backing it from Sinner in the net, and it's 2-0. Zverev having a much easier time on serve. All right. All right. Zverev 2.5 minutes on serve. Over 5 minutes for Sinner on serve so far. Hey, John, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Thank you for becoming a member. You can become a member for $1 a month. But also, don't forget to join the members-only Discord. We have a members Discord. Join the members Discord. As we do a drop shot from Sinner. And it is 15-love. That's a shot he's been working on. 15-love. Beautiful drop shot from Sinner. As we get a return into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner puts away the winner. And it's 30-love. $30-love Sinner. This is much better for Sinner. Hey, Julie, thank you for the 10 gifted as well. Appreciate that. As we're back in now from Zverev into the back end of Sinner, but Zverev hit it long. 40-love. 40-love. As we get a let. As the return goes to 4 to Sinner, but Sinner hits it long. 40-15. 40-15. $40-15. As a bit of fault, second serve. As a return goes out by Zverev, and it's 3-2 Sinner. All right. All right. Who's getting... Sinner's getting something from his coaches. For some reason, I don't know what that is. Sweaty hands for Sinner? It could be. All right. Who's complaining about his hands? Oh, maybe blisters. Maybe he's got some blisters forming on his hands. Hey, thank you, Mark, for becoming a Tier 2 member. Appreciate that. Same cream that he got banned for. Bro, you need to, like, get a better joke. Yeah, it looks like hand cream, yeah. Don't you dare underestimate. Stop yelling. Why are you yelling? Why are you coming in here and yelling? Why are you yelling? Don't you dare underestimate Zverev. Stop yelling. Sir, please. Madam, sir, relax. Stop yelling. We're inside voice. All right. Zverev serves. Come in here screaming and shouting. Relax. It's okay. Use your words. Shh. Dutchy! Thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. I'll yell. I will yell, but that's different. I'm not yelling at you, though. 15 love. Just come in and... It's okay. Relax. Don't worry about it. It's fine. 15 love. Zverev serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand is Sinner. Forehand on Zverev. Into the forehand of Sinner is Zverev. Again to the forehand of Sinner. Into the forehand of Zverev. Sinner wins a point though. Zverev hits a forehand long. 15-0. 15-0. All right, 15-0. Zverev serves again. As Sinner comes in and puts away the volley, 15-30. Trouble for Sinner, for Zverev now. Uh, 15-30. All right, 15-30. Oh, Zverev's only at 10 winners. Sinner's hit, 2 winners. Zverev's hit 10. Serving to the backhand of Sinner, forehand from Zverev. Into the forehand of Sinner, Zverev forehand again. To the backhand of Sinner, Zverev wins the point though. Sinner hits it out. I wonder how many errors Sinner's hit though, because that seems to be the big difference. Is he might be hitting a lot of winners, but he's also hitting a lot of errors, Sinner. For him, a lot of errors. 30-0. Zverev serves a massive serve out wide. All right, 40-30. 40-30. And then an ace. 3-0. All right, 3-3. All right. Sinner to serve again. Sinner serves a fault, second serve. Do I find Rune's injury strange? No, it's an Achilles injury. So that is pretty bad. Why would it be strange? He got injured. He got surgery. He's recovering. What's weird? What's strange about that? 15 love. $15 love. Sinner serves an ace. 30 love. $30 love. $30 love. Sinner serves a fault, second serve. Second serve into the forehand of Zverev. Forehand on line, the backhand of Zverev into the forehand of Sinner. Sinner puts it away, 40 love. $40 love. The way he moved normally and got injured, I looked at slow-mo over and over and still can't figure out. That's what, that's what Achilles injuries are. You know, they are freak incidences. They don't come from. You don't roll your ankle. Like, I don't think I've seen an Achilles injury happen from like someone rolling their ankle or somebody like actually doing something. It's usually just a change of direction. You're like you just change direction. And it just happens. There's no. Those are the injuries. They're the scariest injuries because they do come out of nowhere. They don't. They don't have any. Sometimes they don't have any reason. There's no reason why that happens. Just a movement. Sinner holds 4-3. Yeah, you just kind of like push off with your leg, like push off, and sometimes it just that happens. Guy in front of me did it in dodgeball and thought that you kicked him. Oh, he thought that you kicked him. Shit. Yeah, well, that's what they say too, right? It feels like somebody hit you in the leg. All right, 4-3 Sinner. They just rupture for no reason or rhyme or reason. Yeah. Yeah. There are times when like it can rupture from like actually like falling or whatever, but yeah, in sport it just feels like, especially the one that I remember is Kobe getting an Achilles injury. That one, I remember that one. And just like he just fell. He just fell to the ground when it happened. It just happens. But the good thing for Rune is that he's young, so he has, he can come back. All right, back to Zverev. 4-3. As we just serve again from Zverev. As a return goes in the forehand of Zverev. Forehand from Sinner. Goes long. 15 love. 15 love. Some people got the card making sign memo here. Finally, people are actually putting some effort in. Making actual signs. That's what you want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see some real people making real signs. 30 love. $30 love. Serve again. There's a bit of forehand now from Zverev into the forehand of Sinner on the stretch. Sinner in the net. 40 love. All right, 40 love Zverev to level this first set. As we get a backhand return to the backhand of Zverev, and Zverev puts it away. 4-0. 4-4. Four games all. For all. Back to Sinner. As with a forehand rally slice into the forehand of Sinner as Zverev, and Zverev overhits it on the approach. And it's 15 love. 15 love. But yeah, Sinner is hitting a lot more errors than usual. Definitely more errors than usual. Serve out wide the backhand of Zverev, and then Sinner puts it away. 30 love. $30 love. Sinner serves again. Into the backhand of Zverev. Backhand of Sinner to the forehand of Zverev. Sinner backhand again. Into the backhand of Zverev. Hits it in the net. 40 love. $40 love. $40 love. Sinner to take the lead again. Serving the forehand of Sinner. Zverev. Sinner with a drop shot. Zverev gets there. It's in the net though. 5-4 Sinner. He holds. Now Zverev's going to serve to stay in the set. Okay. How are we doing, chat? Give me one emoji on how you're feeling. Actually, no. You know what? No. Change that. How are you feeling about the ATP Finals so far? Give me an emoji that explains your feeling towards this finals so far. Not this match, the whole tournament so far. Now that we're almost halfway through. Love? Poo. Okay. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Celebrating. Shoe. Okay. Panic. Befuddled. Vomiting. Okay, some of you really not having fun. What is your favorite out? Is that why? Meh. Happy. Cool. All right. Crying. Neutral. Popcorn. All right. Mixed emotions. Your Christmas tree is funny? Thank you. It's supposed to be scary, not funny, but I'll take funny. Emma's not playing, so I don't care. Well, she's not playing next year either, so boo-hoo. She's not playing the ATP Finals. Ever. All right, 5-4. Zverev serving to stay in the set. As the return goes into the forehand of Zverev, but he pushes it wide. Love 15. Thought you were getting a Santa hat for the Hawkeye skull. But yeah, it hasn't arrived yet. I'm waiting for it to arrive. Between like not being able to go outside and streaming, I just haven't had a chance. Don't worry though. Christmas is still 7 weeks away. Love 15. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Sinner. For Zverev. Goes wide again. Sloppy game by Zverev. Love 30. Two bad forehands. And he's just missed them both. Love 30. Sloppy game. Does Australia celebrate Thanksgiving? No, we don't. We don't have anything to be thankful for. That sounds rude. That's not true. We do. We just don't do Thanksgiving. It's not a thing. All right. Good serve from Zverev. No turkey. Nope. 15-30. Che, you got to remember, Australia is part of the monarch, right? We don't celebrate Thanksgiving just like the British don't, right? We're closer aligned to them than we are to America and Canada. So Thanksgiving's not a thing because it's not a thing in the UK. Now, if America founded Australia, then maybe it'd be a different story, but they didn't. 15-30. As a forehand now from Sinner into the forehand of Zverev, into the slice of Sinner. Zverev with a forehand. Again to the backhand of Sinner. Zverev with a forehand cross court. Sinner, forehand again. Into the forehand of Zverev with Shanks at 15-40. But I don't know I don't even know the history of Thanksgiving, so I don't know how. I don't even know. We might have an equivalent. I don't know. But I'm not sure. I don't even know. All I know is you eat turkey and it's before Christmas. All right, 15-40. It's like some people in New Zealand still celebrate Guy Fawkes Night. Yeah, they do that in the UK too, with fireworks and stuff. We don't do that here though, which is annoying. I wish we did. Who doesn't like fireworks? All right, set point Sinner, backhand Zverev. Into the backhand of Sinner, Zverev with a forehand. Into the backhand of Zverev, Sinner forehand again. Backhand again to the forehand of Zverev. Now Zverev with a backhand of his own. The Sinner goes down the line. Zverev with a forehand. Goes long and... Oh no, sorry. Sinner hit it long. The crowd went wild, but it was because Sinner just missed it. 30-40, Zverev survives. All right, 30-40. Still set point for Sinner. Zverev serves. Into the forehand, Sinner return. Goes in. Zverev with a forehand cross court. Sinner with a passing shot in the net. And Zverev hangs on. Deuce. Okay. We get to deuce. Serve. There's an ace down the tee from Zverev. All right. Advantage Zverev. Advantage Zverev to take this game and keep things level. As a return goes the forehand Zverev. Sinner pass.
Starting off comes heater fun from yesterday. Thanks for the years of entertainment.
Thank you for the £5. Zverev hits in the net. It's deuce. Starting off Cam's heater fund from yesterday. All right, so that's £5. So that's probably like, what, $10? That's probably 10 Australian dollars. So I just need probably another $490. I don't know. How much does it cost to get someone out here to fix my goddamn heater? It's probably going to cost way more than it's worth. Anyways, return goes into the forehand of Zverev. Backhand from Sinner into the backhand is Zverev. Sinner with the forehand. Into the forehand of Zverev. He goes in the line. The backhand of Sinner. Zverev with a slice forehand. Sinner goes in the line. Comes to the net. Up goes a lob by Zverev. Sinner puts it away. Advantage Sinner. Set point. Advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. As Zverev serves. Into the backhand of Sinner. Forehand from Zverev to the backhand of Sinner. Zverev with a slice. As Sinner forehand down the line. Zverev with the backhand pass. Sinner puts it away on a volley. And a 6-4 Sinner. Just one bad game from Zverev. And now Zverev's yelling at his coaches. It was one bad game. And Sinner got the break. And the set. 6-4. Yeah, just one bad game from Zverev. Okay, first set in the bag. Don't get this wrong way, but will you ever get tired of tennis? Probably not. 16 winners and 8 errors from Sinner. 6 on the backhand side. And 6 winners, 9 errors from Zverev, but 5 of those were aces. So we only get 1 ground stroke winner, Zverev. So he needs to, he needs to be more aggressive and to go for winners. You know, that's the issue. He's serving well though, Zverev, up until that last game. The last game, he was let down by a couple of forehand errors. And he played a little passive in the deuce points. All right. Why in North Australia is it warm at the moment? It's because that's near the equator. Anywhere near the equator is going to be warm most of the year. All right. First set in the bag. Sinner takes it. Where am I from? I'm from Melbourne. No one except for Alcaraz can beat Sinner or even take a set if it's a lost cause. Okay. Sinner snatched that set when what you least expected it. Some people might have expected it. Darwin is warm all the time. Yeah, all year round. All right. Sinner serving first in the second. That is a double blow for Zverev. All right. Sinner to serve. As with a serve. And it's an ace. All right. 15 love. $15 love. $15 as Sinner serves again. It's backhand return goes back into Sinner. Or Sinner hit the tape, went in. Not that he needed the luck, but he got lucky. All right, 30 love. Serve again. Is an ace down the tee. 40 love. Anyone can beat anyone on any day. It's a matter of who is playing better on that than the other. That's not true. Players can play bad and still win. 40 love. Wimbledon final 2019. Djokovic played worse than Federer, still won. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Sinner serves into the forehand of Zverev. Return goes back into Sinner. Zverev with the forehand to the backhand of Sinner into the backhand of Zverev. Sinner backhand to the forehand of Zverev. Sinner forehand again. The forehand of Zverev. Into the backhand of Sinner. Zverev backhand again. He's a winner. 40-15. 40-15. $40-15. $40-15. How do you explain playing worse and still winning at the highest level? Because it's not about playing well the entire match. It's about when you play well. Like, Djokovic played well at times, but he didn't. Overall, he played worse than Federer. And it's not that Federer was playing ridiculously well and Djokovic was slightly behind. It was like, no. Djokovic played a bad, like, it was a poor quality match. But he got to the two tie breaks in the first two sets, the first couple of sets that he won. And he won the tie breaks. He played well in the tie breaks. He just held on until the tie break. You know, even though he wasn't playing well, he just watched the match. Trust me. All right, I watched it. Hey, JSW, thank you for the $5. Djokovic just played well when he needed to. He upped his game in the tie breaks. And he won those tie breaks, which kept him in the match. And then towards the end, when there was all that madness happening, he got better. Like the final set, Djokovic played a lot better. But the first four sets, Djokovic did not play well. He was just good enough to get to the tie breaks, and Sinner holds 1 love. So it does happen. It's not common that it happens. Not like every match that somebody wins is because they played worse. Like, that's rare, right? But that is definitely an example. Thank you for the 5. Appreciate it. Fix the heat up. I'll try. That's 10 down. We've just got another. Chad, how much does it cost to fix the heat up? Get the guy out here. It's going to cost me like $400, and then he's going to be like, well, and then fix it. It's going to cost another $500. Like, I'm just going to do it myself. I think I'm going to fix it myself. You know why? Because I can. I have a can-do attitude, and I'm halfway there. If I can believe, I can achieve. All right. Well, it's called positive attitude. All right. 15 love. You can get anything done with a positive attitude. And Google. I'm sure I could YouTube a video, get a tutorial, fix it myself. And if I can't, then I'll get someone else to come and fix it for me. They can fix my mistake. Easy. It's already broken. How bad could it be? How bad could it be? It doesn't work. I can't make it worse. All I can do is make it better or nothing. 1,500? Holy shit. I'm going to do it myself. Screw that. I'm going to do myself. I'm doing that myself. I'm going to get my air conditioning repairman qualifications. AKA YouTube. Tutorials. 15-0. Zverev says a let. I ain't paying $1,200 to get some guy out here to tell me that I have to turn it off and on again. No, thank you. Pretend like he's doing something out there for 20 minutes and be like, oh, yeah, I fixed the thing that was the flux capacitor. Bro, you just turned it on and off again. I saw you. You pulled the plug out of the wall and reset it. I can do that myself for $1,200. I'll do that myself. 30-15. I'll try that first. And then I'll get someone to come out here, and if they have to like undo the machine, and then you can't fool me. I wasn't born yesterday. Just buy a new house. All right, so now we're turning this into a house fund. All right, so now I just need another $495,990 to get nothing, like to live out in the middle of nowhere. So we're on the way to now. Now we're getting a house fund. All right, Zverev trying to hold 40-15. Serving second really sucks for Zverev in this one as he serves and puts away the smash. And it's 1-1. Yeah, I have to move out into the middle of nowhere. All right, 1-1. We're back to Sinner's serve. I mean, Zverev's only real chance was that first game of the match where Sinner was struggling for about 10 minutes, but Zverev couldn't get that game, and that was a big missed opportunity. Wow, today you made me laugh a couple of times. Thanks, Cam. You're welcome. I'm glad. That's what we're here. We're just here to have a laugh. Is that expensive? $500,000 for a house in Melbourne? $500,000 for a house in Melbourne doesn't even get you a front door. You might get like a room for that much. As with a 400, you got to like, yeah, I ain't buying a house in Melbourne. You ain't got no chance. Love 15. Houses are so expensive. I'm a total tennis noob. Why is Zverev screwed for this set? Nah, that's just people just don't listen to them. He's not. It's just serving second is just tricky. He's not screwed though. Love 15. 7 to the forehand. Zverev. Good return to the forehand. Sinner. Zverev forehand again to the forehand. Sinner. Zverev with the forehand again. The forehand. Sinner. To the forehand. Zverev. Sinner with a slice. Zverev with the forehand again. Sinner with the forehand on the stretch. Zverev hits a backhand. Into the backhand of Sinner. To the forehand of Zverev. Sinner forehand. Is a drop shot. Zverev gets it though with a slice. Sinner with a pass. Zverev with a volley winner. Love 30. Now, we talked about Alcaraz's drop shot at length in the match against De Minaur, I think it was. The thing that Sinner doesn't have when it comes to drop shots that Alcaraz has is disguise. Sinner has, and when I say disguise, it's changing the racket and changing the shot at the last, seemingly at the last minute. Now, Alcaraz doesn't do it at the last minute. He doesn't change his mind, because if he changed his mind, he'd make an error. Alcaraz is always going to hit a drop shot. But when he's going back to hit it, it looks like he's going to hit one shot and then he changes it to a drop shot. Sinner doesn't do that as quickly as Alcaraz. He tells the guy down the other end by showing that he's going to hit a drop shot as we get to love 40. You can tell. Like, you can tell when Sinner's going to hit a drop shot. He changes the racket. He changes the motion of his arm, and you're like, he's going to hit a drop shot. And then Zverev was already running, so Zverev can read it. That's what the disguise is, what Alcaraz does. He goes like this, and then all of a sudden he's like, nah, I'm going to hit a drop shot. I'm not going to hit a power forehand, right? Sinner doesn't have that yet. He's working on it, but he doesn't have that. That's the difference. They're both good drop shots, but one is a lot better because of the disguise. Love 40, by the way, as the return goes into the net by Zverev, and it's 40-15. Sorry, 15-40. Does that make sense? That makes sense? All right, 15-40. Still break point here for Zverev. $15-40. Serving to the front is Zverev. Oh, return in the net. That would have been a great return of Zverev. Just a little higher. Still break point though. 30-40. All right, 30-40. As the serve goes out wide the back, and Zverev forehand from Sinner. As Zverev forehand on the stretch, goes in the net, and Sinner survives. The serve saves him. All right, deuce. And Zverev just yelling at everybody. All right, we get to deuce. All right, deuce. Sinner serves again. As the return goes into the backhand of Sinner, forward from Zverev to the forehand of Sinner. Zverev with a backhand pass. Sinner with a volley. Zverev's going to get it. Oh, no, he's not. He just couldn't get there. Good effort, though. All right, deuce. Sorry, advantage. It was deuce. Advantage. All right, advantage. Sinner. Advantage Sinner. Serve again. Ace. Okay. Sinner holds 2-1 in the second. All right. The Sinner serving held it and helped him get out of that game. But Zverev couldn't do much, to be real. Like the serve was set Sinner up at love 40 to come back and win that game. Not much he could have done. Maybe the first one, but the second and third break points, he never had a shot. I'll tell you what, this DJ is playing some bangers. This is good. I can't play it, but, you know, just imagine it's good. Who's this guy? Anyone know who that guy was? He was an AC Milan coach. There you go. There you go. By the way, is the schedule out for tomorrow? I'm guessing Musetti Alcaraz is tomorrow night. And Demonor Fritz is tomorrow day. All right, 2-1. Zverev serves again. Serve. Down the tee is good, but Sinner gets back. Zverev with the forehand to the middle. Sinner with a lob. And Zverev puts away the smash. 15-love. Oh, there's a football player from Juventus there. Okay. Fair enough. By the way, check, you got 2 hours to sign up. You got 2 hours left to sign up and claim your collectible for the day. If you haven't already, if you haven't signed up, we're working with Trace this week through the ATP Finals, and there are prizes that you could win. Free to sign up. Click the link. As Zverev hits in there with the forehand, 15-0. You can win a Sinner signed shirt. You can win ATP Finals merchandise. There's other players like Fritz, Shelton, Demonor, all have different items that you could go into the chance to win an item of theirs. And there's also a ATP signed match balls as well. Not sure who by, but could be by Zverev, could be by Sinner, could be by Alcaraz. Not sure yet, but definitely want somebody to win in this chat. As that goes out by Zverev on the approach, and it's 15-30. $15-30. $15-30. $15-30. Zverev serves again. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Seven to the backhand to Sinner. Return goes back to Zverev. Sinner with the backhand to Zverev, into the backhand to Sinner, who hits it down the line but wide. 30-all. 30-all. All right, 30-all. Serve again. As the return goes out by Sinner, 40-30. $40-30. As Zverev serves again to get this game and level it up. And Zverev serves an ace. All right. Zverev with the ace. That's 2-all in the second. All right. Two all. Sinner serves again. Into the backhand of Zverev. Sinner with the forehand to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Sinner. Zverev with the forehand down the line. Goes long. 15-love. I watched a match between Rafa and Novak when they were both 19 years old. Man, they were good. Yeah, they were. Well, they still are. I mean, Novak's still going. I bet Jannik under 20.5 games. Okay. 15 love. As we return there by Zverev. 30 love. Picked anything good up at the thrift store lately? No, I haven't been. I haven't been this week because of streaming, but that's what I'm doing next week. Next week, I'm going to the thrift every day. I'm doing a daily thrift. I'm craving it. I don't know what I'm looking for, but I'm going. I went last Friday. What did I find? I was looking for Christmas movies. And I found Christmas with the Cranks, and I found Holy Grail, Monty Python Holy Grail. What else did I find? I found something else, but I don't think I picked it up. I can't remember what it was, though. 30 love. It's a winner, and it's 30-15. Yeah, what else did I... Oh, then I bought Game Boy Color games, but that wasn't at Thrift. That was a secondhand store. And then I found a bunch of Blu-ray, but that, again, wasn't at Thrift. But yeah, I've been missing going to the Thrift. I need to find some cool stuff again. 30-15. 30-15. As the return goes in the backhand of Sinner. Backhand of Zverev, the corner Sinner. Sinner in the net. 30-all. 30-all. Thrift meaning used goods. Yeah. It's a treasure hunt. I want to go to some antique stores. That's what I want to do. I want to go check out some antique stores. I love going finding stuff. It's so much fun. 30-all. Serving to the backhand of Zverev. Sinner with a forehand to the backhand of Zverev. As Sinner forehand again. It's a drop shot, but Zverev's going to get it. Go down the line with a slice. Passing shot from Sinner, but Zverev volley. See, again, that is exactly what I mean by why Alcaraz's drop shot is so good and what Sinner needs to work on, because he's working on the drop shot technique, but he doesn't have disguise. Zverev is pretty quick for a big guy, but that is exactly the reason why Alcaraz's drop shot's way better. You could tell, if you were watching that point, you could tell that he was going for a drop shot, and Zverev could as well. When Sinner went like this, to go for the shot, Zverev was already running, and that's why he got it. Alcaraz's drop shots, Zverev wouldn't have even got there. So if Zverev's getting to it, you know that it's maybe a little obvious. But again, Sinner's trying to get the technique. The disguise will come later, but right now, he doesn't have that disguise. So, and that's the difference. Yeah, you could see it coming, right? I mean, it's so obvious, but then he's got the ace out wide, so that's fine. Deuce. But yeah, it's you can just tell. And I'll tell you, other guys that don't have the disguise of a drop shot, guys like, Zverev sometimes, you can tell that they're going to hit a drop shot. Like, they set the shot up. You can see the way they're going to hit it. You're like, they're going to hit a drop shot. Fritz is kind of the same. But again, these guys don't use drop shots, right? It's not natural to them. That's not part of their game. That's why Alcaraz's drop shot is amazing, because you just don't know what's going to happen until the last second when he changes. Like, he'll go for a backhand, and you think, oh, he's going to power this down the line. And then he'll just, finesse the ball, and you're like... Again, it's something that Sinner's working on. He's getting the technique right first, but then, he's going to have to work on that disguise, because it's way too obvious. And Zverev's gotten to the last two pretty easily. That goes out by Zverev. Advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. To stay in front. Practice makes perfect. I mean, look, he is practicing it, right? And that's what he has to do. But the improvement to that drop shot is definitely, once he gets that technique, confident with the technique, is going to be the disguise. Because he is telling Zverev that he's going to hit a drop shot before he even hits the ball. Like, it's so obvious. And if you're going to do that, you need to make it a really good drop shot. Or hope that Zverev is hopelessly out of position. Otherwise, if Zverev's on the baseline and you hit a drop shot, Zverev's going to get it. 3-2 Sinner. Zverev is not happy. I think Zverev's saying that was a let. One of those aces was a let, maybe. Because he's not arguing with Hawkeye. He's arguing with the umpire, and the umpire must have not called a let. And that is why... I think Zverev must... He's blaming the crowd. Well, Sinner was down... He was breakpoint up, Zverev, and then there was an ace. So I thought maybe he was thinking it was a let. Because he's not going to be saying the ball was out because Hawkeye says otherwise. Unless somebody in the crowd was making noise during that serve, I'm not sure. He said it was a let, I think. Yeah, a lot of players do ask the umpire, are they sure it's a let? Because sometimes the umpire, because they don't have that machine anymore because that company went out of business. All right. Let's get back to Zverev, who has been behind in this match the entire time, unfortunately. You think Zverev's going to get this set? I think that it's going to be like the first set. I think that that Zverev might get broken to lose the match. All right, Zverev talking to the umpire again. 3-2 Sinner. Serving to the forehand of Sinner. Return the backhand of Zverev. Sinner backhand. Into the backhand of Zverev. And Zverev in the net. Love 15. Love 15. And again, Zverev talking to the umpire. I don't know what Zverev's asking the umpire to talk about. Is he talking about the... Oh, because one of the back of the court... The back of the court advertising flickered. And kind of turned off while he was trying to hit. So yeah, the advertising board behind Sinner is broken. And that's distracting Zverev, right? And it's love 15. I think they fixed it. All right, love 15. I think they fixed it. Serve to the back in the Sinner. Return to smashes Zverev. Now he puts it away. 15-0. This is why people don't like Zverev. Why? Because he was asking a question about the umpire to the umpire. All right. 15-0. As a return from Sinner goes long, 30-15. All right. Return goes into the backhand of Zverev. Sinner with a pass. Zverev with a drop volley, but it's not really a drop volley. It's just a sitter. And Sinner puts it away. That was a poor volley by Zverev. I mean, it was a great pass by Sinner, and Zverev didn't have much option. I think he was trying to hit a drop volley, but he just pushed it too deep. Yeah, I think Zverev was trying to hit a drop volley, but he just hit a bit too loopy. He scooped it. Yeah, he scooped it. Yeah, he doesn't have the hands. The soft hands, there was no soft hands, and then Sinner just rockets. Anyways, 30-all. Zverev serves. A fault. He's not serving as well as he was in that first match either. All right, second serve. Second serve. There's a return. Goes in the forehand of Zverev. Backing it from Sinner. The forehand of Zverev. And Sinner gets the point. Zverev overhits it. All right. 30-40. 30-40. Break point for Sinner. As we return now to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand from Sinner. Into the forehand of Zverev. Sinner backhand again. Down the line. Zverev gets on the stretch. Sinner with a drop shot. See, that was good. Even though it was obvious, it was a good drop shot because Zverev was so far back. Now, Chad, I'm going to bring out the whiteboard because this is meant to be paid attention. So, because Sinner's drop shot is not as... It doesn't have the disguise of Alcaraz, right? So, what Sinner needs to do, and what he just did then, before, Zverev was like here. So, Sinner, when he hit a drop shot, right? He'd hit a drop shot here. Zverev could make the distance, right? He could get there, right? And he could get there and he could hit the ball deep, which would then mean he could, put away the volley. But what Sinner did then, the disguise, it was still super obvious that he was going to hit a drop shot, but he had Zverev back here. Just a little further back off the court. So when Sinner hit the drop shot, Zverev didn't even try to get to it because he's like, well, I'm not even close, right? So that was the difference. He pushed, and the way that Sinner should do that, and the way that he will do that, is if Sinner's dictating the rally, he's got to hit it deep, so then Zverev gets pushed back, right? And then the further back Zverev is out of position, the better the drop shot is going to be. It doesn't have to be a good disguise, right? He doesn't need to hit an Alcaraz level, Houdini-like drop shot that is a magical, a magical volley, a magical drop shot. He can hit an average, he can go, hey, I'm going to hit a drop shot. Zverev ain't going to get there. There's no chance, right? So that's what he needs to do if he's going to hit a drop shot, is he needs to get Zverev so far back off the court and out of position that it doesn't matter if he doesn't have the disguise, right? But if he has the disguise, then that drop shot, he doesn't need to push Zverev back as far. Whoops. Sorry, Mia. Oh, sorry, Mia. I'm sorry. She's like, what the fuck was that? So yeah, so if Sinner is going to use the drop shot, he'll need to push his opponent back further to make it successful. And I mean, Zverev didn't even try and run for that because he's like, yeah, I'm so far back out of position, I'm not going to get there. Whereas Alcaraz, he can hit a great drop shot when Zverev's on the baseline. And again, it just shows how great his drop shot is and how great Alcaraz is. But Sinner did a great drop shot there, and now he's down left 30, so who cares? Hey, Flavio Pineda's in the house. That's a great jacket. That is a cool jacket. Where did she get that jacket from? Love 30. Love 30. So hopefully, Chad, that might explain what a good drop shot is, or why a drop shot is good and why one is not good, or why one is better than the other. Sinner's got a good drop shot. A bad drop shot would be a shank or in the net, right? It would be a bad execution. He's got good execution. It's not just about hitting the drop shot good, though. You got to hit it. It's about timing. It's about disguise. It's about all these other things. And it's why Alcaraz's drop shot is so good. Like, there's so many different things to it that make it so good. It's not just about execution. All right, 15:30. A chance for Zverev to get back on serve here straight away. And Sinner serves the forehand. Zverev backhand from Sinner. Into the backhand of Zverev. A Sinner backhand. Into the forehand of Zverev. Again, the forehand of Sinner on the stretch. Zverev backhand open court. Sinner with a pass. Zverev with a slice. Sinner with a pass again is a winner. Wasn't a bad attempt by Zverev, but Sinner was too good on the backhand. 30-all. 30-all. Zverev didn't play a bad point. He just maybe after the slice forehand, he just didn't really close out the net. I mean, he should have known that the ball was behind Sinner, that he was always going to go down the line. Because when the ball's behind you, it's hard to hit it cross court. Like he should have. But that's the thing with Zverev, is that he doesn't have that instinct, right? As you know, to cover the line in that situation, because he's not a volleyer. He's not a natural volleyer. But you could tell, like, again, if you watch it again, you can see Sinner. The ball goes behind Sinner. He can't hit it cross court from there. It's physically impossible. Only Alcaraz can do that. He could hit a lob, maybe, but Zverev should have covered the line. Anyways, 30-all, 4-4 rally. Sinner off the tape. It doesn't go over. Break point Zverev, 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40. Zverev to get back on serve. Serve. Into the forehand. Zverev return the net. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. All right, serve again. Is a let. All right, serve again. Is an ace. Advantage Sinner. Advantage Sinner. To take the 5-2 lead. Sinner's serve quality in the second set here, 9.4. As with a fault second serve. You look sad, bro. No, it's just my face. Advantage Sinner. And Sinner serves again. Into the back of Zverev. Return the back of Sinner, who hits it off the tape. Zverev, forehand, cross court. Sinner gets it, but overhits it, and we're back to deuce. All right, back to deuce. 6.5 minute game here. If Zverev doesn't break here, then forget about it. All right, deuce. Sinner serves. Serve to the back and Zverev. Return goes out. Advantage Sinner for a 5-2 lead. Advantage Sinner. He's sad when the Pies win the grand final. Oh, so I'm sad once every 20 years. Advantage, Sinner. Served on the tee. Too strong. 5-2, Sinner. 5-2, Sinner. All right. How does Zverev look? Is Sinner just playing too good? Sinner is serving in the second set. Amazing. That's why hasn't been broken. But yeah, I mean, the first set was neck and neck until Zverev kind of fell apart. Well, not fell apart, but he kind of threw in a couple of bad forehands at the end of the first set. That cost him the set. And then he's just been playing catch-up ever since. A little disappointing scoreline. Because, I mean, Zverev hasn't been this easy for Sinner, right? It hasn't been this straightforward. You've been here the whole time. The scoreline shows that, this is an easy win for Sinner. It hasn't been easy. Sinner's just been very good, when he needs to be. Like, he's serving aces at break point down. He's serving big serves and hitting good forehands when he needs to. But it hasn't been easy. Like, he's had to play a lot of deuce games. He's played some long service games too, but he's won. And that's all that matters, right? If you win the games, nobody remembers how that you won them, right? So, even though this is a very straightforward win for Sinner on paper, it's been a little trickier than that. Cam is sad that his chain cost him so much. Bro, I won this in a raffle. I told y'all the last show it was 2-0. It was going to be Sinner 2-0. Cool. Congratulations. You and about 5 other people said the same thing. I think it was more like 20 people said that. But congrats to you and the 20 other people. 5-2. And Zverev serves an ace. 15 love. So now Zverev will play FAA and Shelton will play Sinner in the final matches. Tomorrow we've got Fritz versus Demonor. And of course, the match that everybody is interested in. Maybe. If you're Italian, you're definitely interested. Alcaraz versus Musetti. Okay. 30 love. 30 love. Actually put $20,000 on this match? Holy shit. Well, there you go. 40 love. FA will beat Zverev. You reckon? That'd be an interesting match. And a must-win match because Shelton is effectively out. If this match ends in Sinner's favor, he's not even effectively out. He's actually out. Because it'll be the winner between Zverev and FAA gets through and the loser goes home. So pretty simple math. Maths. 40-15. All right, nice serve from Zverev. All right, 5-3. Sinner's going to serve the match. Was hoping for a 3-setter, but Zverev didn't deliver. Yeah, again, Zverev was playing well enough until he got broken in that first set. He got broken right at the end, you know. All right. 5-3. As the return goes out by Zverev, 15 love. $15 love. Serve again. Into the backhand of Zverev. Sinner loses the point. Nice hitting from Zverev. 15-0. Last game he got crushed, so at least he's a bit more competitive. Yeah, but the last game he got crushed because of he had a foot injury, Zverev. All right, 15-0. Sinner comes in with the forehand, puts it away.
Can you wish me happy birthday on the 16th, because my birthday is on the 17th?
Thank you, Arian, for the $5. Remind me. Happy birthday if I forget. 30-15. By the way, Joe, when's your birthday? Put it in the chat if you have a birthday. You should all have a birthday. All right. Every day's your birthday. All right, 30-15. As it a backhand now to the forehand of Zverev, and then at 40-15. Also the 17th. Nice. Valentine's Day, April, January 12 or 14. 10 days from now. Nice. December 14. 25th of September. 16th of July. My birthday's in February. The rarest month to be born. No big deal. 40-15. Sinner to take the win and put himself in the semis. He will qualify into the semis by winning this match. He serves. Into the forehand, Zverev. Return. Goes in the net. There it is. A little bit more straightforward than I would have liked, but Zverev just a couple of games. That's all it is. A couple of bad games. We saw it with Fritz against Alcaraz. If you have a couple of bad games, you can't beat these. These guys will win. You know, and also not taking opportunities, Zverev, because he had chances. Yeah, okay, Zverev, Sinner did serve well on those chances. So it's hard to break a guy who's serving aces on break point. But on his serve, he just, again, you can't blink. We saw it with Fritz. That was a big example where he literally played 2 bad games for the entire match. And they were the 2 games that cost him the match. Same with Zverev. You know, 2 bad games on serve, and that was it. Especially when these guys are serving so well, and you can't break them back. And also, they're just so clutch. You know, they're so clutch. Arian,
what matches are tomorrow?
Tomorrow's matches are Alcaraz versus Musetti and Demonor versus Fritz. All right. But yeah. But I mean, Fritz did the exact same thing in the second set against Alcaraz, right? He was serving to stay in the set. He got broken and lost. Zverev had the same problem in the first set here. Got broken as he was serving to... Because part of that, and people will go with the... You know, people want to go with the negative and be like, oh, they choked. But you've also got to remember that that's when Sinner and Alcaraz are trying... Like, the thing with Sinner and Alcaraz, right, and all these great players, they're not going to play their best tennis in the first game. Because why would they bother doing that? They're going to wait until the middle or the end of the set to pounce, right? They're not going to play, you know, sometimes Sinner plays ridiculously well the entire match. But Sinner played terrible in the first game. But it doesn't matter because he held serve. It was the last game of the first set, putting all the pressure on Zverev to serve it, to stay in it. That's when he started playing his best tennis. That's when you got to play your better tennis, right? It's not about playing good at 1-all, right? And that's what Alcaraz does too, right? And that's what Djokovic does, and Federer and Nadal and all these great players. They all they hang in there, or they stay in there until they need to, and then they get to the crucial 7th game or 8th game, right? The crucial 8th game. And that's when they start to ramp it up, right? And that's what Sinner did. I mean, he did that. So did Alcaraz yesterday against Fritz, right? That's the difference. That Zverev and Fritz, you know, when they're playing these guys, are just trying to survive. But Sinner just goes, okay, well, now it's 5-4. You're serving to stay in it. Now I'm going to start, you know, playing properly, right? that's when guys like Zverev and Fritz have to play their best, right? They've got to play even harder than they've been playing if that's possible, But also taking chances, even if they're serving aces on break points, you still got to somehow get a racket to it, right? But Zverev didn't look too disappointed there. I think he knew, look, this match doesn't matter for me. I can win the next one, still qualify for the semis. It's okay. And he might get another shot at Sinner in the final if he can beat Alcaraz. Yeah, Zverev served well, right? I mean, again, Zverev serving, 83% of first serve points, first serves in, 72% of points won. I mean, that's a good serving day. But again, he didn't take his chances, and then there was just two bad games on his serve. That's all it took. A couple of missed first serves, second serve return lost the point, and that was it. But he served he served just as well as Sinner. But the difference being that Sinner took his chances, Zverev didn't. The score should have been closer. It looks way worse, and people are going to say, "Oh, that was an easy win." It was, if you're looking at the score. But if you're watching the match, you could tell that Sinner didn't have it all his own way. 0 out of 7 break points. I mean, Sinner had to save a lot of break points. I think there was 2 games that went 8 minutes, right, on Sinner's serve. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, does it? Because if Sinner wins in straights, it doesn't matter how he won. He won! And now he's into the semis. And he will play against the second place player in the other section. So he could play Fritz, Musetti, at this stage. I mean, he could play Alcaraz if Alcaraz loses to Musetti. But most likely, I think Fritz is the guy that I think we're all expecting that's going to play Sinner. And then Zverev, he has to go play Felix. The winner will go through, the loser will go home. So if Sinner beats... Zverev has to win to qualify. And Felix has to win to qualify. So, But at the moment, it feels like we're going to get a Sinner versus Fritz and maybe an Alcaraz versus... and then whoever wins, right? By the way, if you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. Also, you've got an hour and a half to get today's collectible and go into and keep your streak alive. If you haven't started doing this, then make sure you do it now, because you can do it now and you can still go into the draw for big prizes as we go through the week. It doesn't have to be all the days. It just has to be 4 or 5 days over the tournament. It doesn't have to be every day. So make sure you sign up. And again, thanks for Trace for sponsoring during the streams this week. All right. Only just got here, Cam. Too nervous. Fair enough. Alcaraz makes permanent year-end number 1 by the end of tomorrow. Well, that's it. Yeah, if Alcaraz beats Musetti, Alcaraz becomes what is year-end number 1. All right. And that's it, and that's that, chat. I was expecting a lot later finish, to be honest. But I'll take it. I'll take an 8:30 a.m. finish. How do you think Carlos will go against Musetti? I think Carlos will beat Musetti in straights. Sinner is helping your sleep schedule. Yeah, I appreciate that. Last night I went to bed, yesterday I went to bed at 10:30, 11 a.m. WTA Finals were last week. It's already happened. Already over. From now on, I'll just predict straight set Sinner if it isn't against Alcaraz. Okay. Alcaraz 2 and 3 against Musetti. Yeah, I think Musetti played such a hell of a match yesterday that I think physically and emotionally he's not going to have enough in the tank to beat Alcaraz. Or to push Alcaraz. I think Alcaraz might have had a wake-up call yesterday against Fritz, So I think it's going to be straight sets Alcaraz. But Musetti might surprise. But I'm thinking, Musetti, how much does he have left in the tank, mentally and emotionally? And Alcaraz is probably going to want to come out and prove that yesterday he's not going to lose again like that. Or he's not going to be, you know what I mean? It's a match that, if Alcaraz had won against Fritz in straight sets and already guaranteed the semifinals, then maybe I'd give Musetti more of a chance. But I think Alcaraz is going to be coming off a tough match going, you know what? I need to prove to everybody here that I can win this tournament. Not that, if anybody has any doubts, right? So I think Musetti might be just used. He might be tired, but also Alcaraz might be out there to prove a point. So we'll see. I think it'll be a beatdown tomorrow. Well, I hope it's not a beatdown, but I think it'll be straight sets. Cam, you said you think you'd update who you'd look best at after the matches. What's your take? Man, this was a tough one because it's easy to say, well, Sinner hasn't lost a set. True. I'll say Sinner. I'll say Sinner. Even though today the scoreline's a little misleading because it does look easy, but I'll go Sinner because the serving of Sinner today was what made it look easy, right? He saved the break points with that great serve. Like Sinner's playing better, slightly, just a little bit better than Alcaraz at the moment. Because Alcaraz at times this week, if you look at the de Minaur first set and you look at the Fritz first set, he played some shocking tennis. He got away with it against Demon in that first set, but when he was up 4-1, that forehand was just disappeared. So there's been a lot worse things. There's been that bad forehand shot by Alcaraz this week, whereas Sinner really hasn't played bad in any of the sets. He's been under pressure, and today he had did he have some hand issues or something? He had something wrong with blisters or something. And he was making a few errors, but he wasn't making as many. There was no bad shot from Sinner today, and his serve has been elite from the start. So I'll say Sinner is looking better than Alcaraz at the moment. But to be honest, that doesn't really matter because when they play, it doesn't matter who's playing better. We basically start from scratch when they play. But yeah, I'd say Sinner is definitely the player to beat. If he wasn't already, he already was, right? He's a defending champion. He's the player to beat on indoors anyway. So I'm sticking with Sinner's been the best after 2 matches. But I think Zverev and Fritz, even though Zverev lost today, I think Zverev and Fritz have shown if they make the semis that they are worthy opponents. Hello. What's up? What's up? What's up? You want to say something? What's up? Hey? What's up? Hey? Do you want to say something? Where you going? Hey? Ooh. Mia likes her chances against Sinner. Yeah, Mia can beat Djokovic in his prime. She's better than Djokovic. 2015 Djokovic. Mia is 4. Actually, Mia turns 4 this month. Mia wants Carlos to win. Oh, you speak pug, do you? All right, we're going to sign off in a second. But thanks all for hanging out. And we'll be back again tomorrow. Fritz versus de Minaur could be an epic. It has a bit of an epic vibe about it. And also, hopefully Musetti has enough in the tank to make Alcaraz work for it. But I'm a little pessimistic. But who knows? Maybe something crazy happens. It would be pretty crazy. But so far, I feel like nothing crazy. We have crazy matches outside of Sinner and Alcaraz, but it doesn't feel like we've had, besides maybe Fritz yesterday shocking people, pushing Alcaraz to the brink, which, I don't think it should be that big of a shock. But other than that, all the matches outside of those guys, outside of Sinner and Alcaraz, pretty much have been the good matches, right? They've been the close matches. The match today with Alcaraz, with FAA and Shelton, and then yesterday with de Minaur and Musetti, and even the Zverev Shelton match was very good quality from Zverev. So let's see if we can get another one tomorrow. But Sinner is into the semis. He qualifies, so he's playing a a match against Shelton that doesn't have any weight to it. So that might be good for Shelton. He might actually be able to, and Shelton's played well this week. He just hasn't been, he played a great Zverev and he was very unlucky against Felix today. But yeah, Shelton, I don't think Shelton will beat Sinner, but Shelton, he might get someone who's, it's waiting to play the semis because, Sinner doesn't have to. Also, remember, if Alcaraz wins tomorrow, Sinner can't be number one. So even that match doesn't mean anything for Sinner. Doesn't even, if it means a perfect record and more prize money. But really, that match has no weight to it if Alcaraz is number one. So it'll be interesting if Sinner switches off. I doubt it, but there might be a chance for Shelton if Sinner has nothing, like if it's just a match to get over with because he needs to get to the semis. You know what I mean? I'm a Shelton fan. I'm trying to make it the best possible chance for him. I'm trying my best. Anyway, 6-4, 6-3. Zverev. He's still in the hunt, but he has to beat Felix on Friday to get to the semis. But Sinner too good. 4-3. He's into the semis already, and he's still got one match to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow.